Today in math, we're continuing with subtracting. In your book, it talks about breaking up, or in your lesson today, it'll say take apart. And so when you take apart or you decompose, we'll talk about that later, we're subtracting. We're going to be moving. We're just going to be sorting different groups today using circles and objects. You will probably want your cubes with you so you can practice doing it with your cubes. I'll show you, we'll use our magnets today, like our apples and bananas, and I'll use my cube magnets. But at home, use your cubes because when they're together, they're connected, and then we're going to talk about taking apart. All right, let's go over our DLO. We're going to review some addition and subtraction vocabulary. Then we'll do some examples for your worksheet today. And your worksheet today is 7.2. Your worksheet, it got stapled backwards, but that's okay. On the other side, it starts with number 3. Start with number 3. And the bananas are hard to see, so I just drew them a little darker. So I would start with 7.2, but on the other side where it's number 3 because it's the easier ones, and then it builds up to the more challenging questions. Okay, time to get started. DLO. I'll go first. Today I will take apart a number and tell the parts. Now it's your turn. Today I will take apart a number and tell the parts. Okay, so first we'll review some addition and subtraction vocabulary terms. In addition, I wrote them in red. Say operation, plus. Good. Say add. When we have a plus sign, we're adding, add. When we add, we're getting more. Say more. When we find the total after the equals, it's called the sum. Everyone say equal sum. Equal sum. Say plus, add, more, sum. Now let's go over some subtraction because we're going to be working on that in a couple days, and if we know the terms, then we'll be ready to go. Say operation, minus. Minus is when we subtract. Say subtract. Say take away. Take away. When we take away, we're getting less. Say less. After we take away, we have less. After the equal sign, it's the difference. Everyone say difference. So in your pirate movie, when you subtract with a pirate, you always take away. When you subtract with a pirate, oh, yo ho ho, you will say, you always take away. And then later he says, when you subtract with a pirate, you're always getting less. When you subtract with a pirate, you'll find the difference. So anyways, I like that song because it talks about the different vocabulary terms and has good examples. I have a video for the addition one, but we'll watch that one next quarter. Okay, say minus, subtract, take away, less. After we find the answer, say difference. All right, let's see, race. In your worksheet today, you're going to be, I'll tell you, it says, have students take apart a group, circle around the different parts, and write the numbers. So I'll start with my apples. If I have a group of apples here, I'm just going to take them apart. Watch me. Here's my marker, and I'm going to draw a group around it. I'll draw a group around this one, and a group around this one, a circle around this group. I took it apart because I circled them in 2 different groups. Now I'm going to write the number. How many are in this group? 1. How many are in this group? 2. Candy cane foot. 1, 2. 2. in your book it'll say blank and A-N-D and blank. So it's just separating it, sorting it out. Let's do another one. Erase, erase, erase. So today's work is pretty easy. You're just separating them and writing the numbers. All right, let me add an extra apple in here. Now let's count the apples. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to take them apart and tell how many are in the parts. All right, I took it apart. How many are in this group? 2. Let's count. 1, 2. How do I write 2? Candy cane foot. How many are in this group? Let's count. 1, 2. Candy cane foot. Pretty easy. Circling, putting them in different groups, and writing the numbers. Okay, now I'll get rid of my apples. I'll do some bananas. And you can use your cubes at home. All right, bananas. Yeah, we'll do 4. Actually, I'll just do 2. I have 2 bananas. How can I break these 2 apart? How can I take them apart? Well, there's 2. I can split it right in half. I could put this in one group and this in another group. How many are in this group? 1. How many are in this group? 1. That's it. Let's add some more bananas into our group here. How many bananas do I have? 4. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's sort them. Take them apart. I'm drawing circles around the 2 groups that I made. Well, that's a circle. That's a rectangle. We'll learn our shapes later. Let's count. How many are in my first group? 1. So I'll write 1. How many are in my second group? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. Around the tree. That's the way you make a 3. 1 and 3. I can do it another way. I know we already did 1 and 2. I mean 2 and 2. What if I do it this way? I just did 1 and 3, but this time it's 3 and 1. Let's count. 1, 2, 3. Around the tree. That's the way you make a 3. How many are in this group? 1. 3 and 1. All right. Very good. Now, I'll use my counters. Yeah. Come on, bananas. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can do it with your cubes. Put your cubes together while I'm doing it, and then I want you to break them apart into the parts that I circle. So go ahead, get your 5 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you pause the video if you need to, but get 5 cubes. I'm going to break them apart, and then you break it apart, take apart. That's what it says. It says take apart, and then we'll tell how many parts we have. Okay, how about this one? How many are in the first group? Let's count. 1. How many are in this next group? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, over, down some more. That's the way you make a 4. Let's take your cubes. Let's take it apart and match what I have. I have 1 and 4. See? 1 and 4. Good. Let's do another one. Erase, erase, erase. Next one. Oops. This is one group. This is another group. How many are in our first group? Let's count. 1, 2. Candy cane foot. How many are in our next group? 1, 2, 3. Around the tree, around the tree. That's the way you make the 3. Get your cubes. Let's take them apart to match what I have. 2 and 3. I can put them up closer like that. 2 here and 3 here. All right, let's do another one. Erase, 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 erase. Okay. How about this group? Might look the same as the last one, but it's slightly different because my first group this time has 3. Let's count. 1, 2, 3. Around the tree, around the tree. That's the way you make a 3. How many are in this group? Let's count. 1, 2. Candy cane foot. Get your cubes. Let's break it apart to look like this. How many are in our first group? 3. How many in this group? 2. Break it apart. I'll zoom in. 3 and 2. Good. Erase, erase, erase. Now, in your worksheet, we're on 7.2. And turn it over to the back side where you start with number 3. It says, take part 4. And you can do it however you want. You could do 1 and 3, 2 and 2, 3 and 1. Make sure that you circle the parts and then tell me how many were in each group, just like we did. Take apart 5. Here's some strawberries. Break it up however you want. It's your choice. Take apart 3, take apart 5 again. When you do this one, I want you to take it apart a different way from this strawberry problem. Then flip it over to the first page. Oopsie, sorry. 7, it says have them take apart the group, then circle around the parts, and write the number, so just like you did. Take apart 5, take apart 2. Down here for 9 and 10, those are the challenge questions, and it'll tell you how many to draw and then take it apart. So then this one you get to pick a number and write what you have and then take it apart. So that's your challenge question. All right, it is your turn to take apart different groups of numbers.